and welcome to another episode of Ask the Doc. I'm your host, Jennifer Filzen, coming to you from Hawaii. And today I have with me Debbie Seidel Bittke, who is the owner of Dental Practice Solutions. Welcome, Debbie.
Well, aloha. Thank you for having me.
Aloha. If you hear chickens in the background, I am in the island of Kauai, and there are lots of roosters crowing right now.
Well, why am I not there doing this live?
I
should be
know,
there
right?
live.
So tell us about your business, Dental Practice Solutions. I want to hear all about it. And how did you get started?
Well, I've been a dental hygienist for many years. I had a dream to become a dental hygienist when I was 12. As you know, that was just a few years ago. And I became a dental hygienist. I was teaching at the University of Southern California. Then I started a dental hygiene school. And I wanted to share my knowledge all over the world. And what it evolved into is sharing that your oral health is connected to your total health. And in doing that, I've been able to help dental offices share this message with their countries all over the world. That's been super exciting for me. And through that, evolved a teeth whitening company. I was selling only to dental offices. And now, because of COVID being shut down and dental offices being shut down, I sell on e-commerce, and I have my own registered trademark for selling teeth whitening, as well as I sell it to dental offices around the world.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. How did you get into this? You were 12. Okay. What's the story? How did you get into this? Like you knew what you wanted to do. Tell me more.
I was 7, and we had a dental hygienist come to our school and teach us about teeth. February is National Children's Dental Health Month, and it's been that way for as long as I've been alive. And our dental hygienist came to our second grade class, and I loved teeth from that moment. When I was 12, I think it was seventh grade, we had to do a report for career day, and we had to choose a career. And as I was sitting with my family in Los Angeles, California, my parents read the Los Angeles Times for breakfast each morning, and we were as a family sitting around. And this one section of the Los Angeles Times highlighted a dental hygienist. And my dad said, "Debbie, this is a perfect career for you. You love to talk. People will be able to have their mouth open. They can't talk, and you can talk." And from that moment on, I never lost sight of this career. And I always knew I wanted to go to USC in Los Angeles.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. How often does anyone at that age have like laser focused and you kept it going? Oh my gosh. And now you're doing all this consulting. Tell me about the consulting coaching side, and how did you get into that?
Well, I was the president for the Orange County Dental Hygienist Society in Orange County, California. And I was helping to raise a lot of money, having speakers come to our dental professional meetings. And my husband, who's my biggest cheerleader, said, "Debbie, look how much money you're raising, and you have all this knowledge. Why don't you start speaking?" So I literally started speaking all over the state of California. Every 3 months, I went to either San Diego, we had something in Long Beach, Sacramento. It just went like that. And from there, dentists who were scouting for the national dental meetings found me. And then I started speaking on the national level since the year definitely in 2002. I started speaking all over the United States and Canada. And now it's evolved to being international as well. So that started my journey.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is really cool. And because you're the speaker and because you know everybody and you know the business side intimately, that's what got you more and more into the coaching. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what happened was I had the opportunity to start a dental hygiene school. and it was a for-profit school, different. Well, USC is a private school, but it's connected to a dental school. And it was already there functioning for many decades. But now I got to start something from the ground up. And I learned how to manage a budget. I learned about supplies, equipment, how big does a compressor need to be for this amount of chairs in the clinic. So I learned a lot. I learned how to hire. I really got into developing a curriculum. So after the school was not sustainable, and luckily I knew that and had left before it was shut down. So by 2009, there was an economic decline. I don't know if you remember that, but from definitely 2008, and in dentistry, it was until 2015, dentists found me. My website's been up functioning, dentalpracticesolutions.com has been alive since 2001. And dentists would find me because they were searching for dental practice solutions. And they would call me saying, Debbie, look at this hemorrhage in my schedule. What do I do? How do I get my patients back in the schedule? Everybody,
Exactly.
all patients were saving their way to prosperity by not going to the dentist. And that's where the teeth whitening, it's an incentive, a reward system for the dental office to use. That's where that all came into play.
Oh, I love it. And it's so true, right? Everyone wants their smile to be gorgeous. And if you can, it's so funny. Dentists and auto repair shops, you don't go because you want to say hi and hang out with them. You go because you have a need, right? And so
Right.
good for you that you figured that out and you could navigate people through it. And I would imagine that you would also help them figure out their marketing because they need more butts in seats, for lack of an elegant term for it. Yes.
Well, I'm not the person that does your marketing, but once the patient comes into your office, what happens? And usually the dentist wants the hygienist to see the new patient. So what happens so that the dental hygienist has great rapport and connects that rapport with the doctor? And then how do you keep that patient coming back? So I'll look at the dental practice like this is January that we are recording this, and I have new clients. They wanted to wait until the first of the year. So as I'm looking over their KPIs, their key performance metrics, one of them is how many patients have been in your office in the last year but have not scheduled to see your hygienist. And that's a huge, it's just a low hanging fruit in every dental practice is how to get those patients back into your office and how to keep them coming back, even if there is an economic decline. There's a carrot,
Yes.
and I've got the carrot.
Good for you. And you're absolutely right. What is it? Before you have like a root canal and different things, you have to, especially when it involves a surgery, you need to take the antibiotics because, of course, you don't want something that would be loosened up, so to speak, that gets into the bloodstream and then goes straight to the heart and creates a bigger issue. Yes.
Oh
So,
yeah, you hit a hot button on me on that with that.
right. Yeah. Tell us more, please.
Well, what happened was in 2001, my mom had her mitral valve replaced, and she had a very difficult recovery. So she finally came in to see me. And as I'm doing my gum measurements, on the lower left, I all of a sudden dip into this deep, we call them deep pockets. It was very deep. And a closer look, discover she has an abscess. She had infection. And so then we took an x-ray and she had an endoperio abscess. So she had a root canal in the tooth, but down in that canal was infection. And then around the gum was infection. So the dentist I worked for recommended an extraction. She had the tooth extracted. Now she started getting very sick again, and she had a very difficult recovery, as I mentioned, from the mitral valve replacement. We thought she just had the flu, and as time, probably over a 2-month period of time, she never got better. And she ended up having a hemorrhagic stroke. So she had an infection on the left side, if you can follow me on this. This tooth
Yeah.
had an infection. She ended up having a hemorrhagic stroke here, and within 10 days, she was on life support and her kidneys failed.
Oh,
So
oh,
she ended up losing her life. So you can imagine why my message to the world is optimal oral health will lead to a
yeah.
longer, healthier life.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry for your loss, but you're right.
Yeah.
It is all connected. You can't just look at the mouth and it be the only thing. Same thing with eye doctors. You know, you can look into the eyes as they're doing their I don't know the fancy terms, but they're doing their examinations and they can
Uh-huh.
see, okay, you need to go to the emergency room right now. You look like you have volcanoes firing off in your eyes, and that's a heart issue.
Oh.
So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Wow. And I'm so sorry, but you know what? What a blessing that you can take that experience and teach others um, how to navigate those very difficult roads. Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Wow.
mean, I feel like I'm the duplicate, I'm the clone of my mom. So she lives in me. And I feel honored that I get to share this message and share about her life. I mean, that means a lot to me that I can do that.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Mm.
sure. So now, how do you get to meet these different dentists? So you're going. Are you still traveling across the circuit? And I know we need to wrap things up, but I'm so fascinated. Um, are
Aw.
you are you serving dentists nationwide? And if so, how do they find you?
So they find me through Google search usually. This year, I have some clients from referrals. So previous clients, and one office manager had been following me probably since 2002. And she's at a new office, or a fairly new office to her. And she knew that I could help them at this office. So a lot of it is just them, the dentist, searching for help, and they're putting in their dental practice help, dental practice
Nice,
solutions. And I come up, and I've
nice.
had my websites for over 20 years. So I have um, more power with SEO, I think, that helps.
Good for you. Well, I definitely want to continue talking with you. Everybody,
Oh,
thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you got to enjoy this time with Debbie Seidel Bittke and learn more about her dental practice solutions business. If you are interested, please do reach out to her. You can find her on Buzz TV at iwantabuzz.com. Okay, until next time, thanks for watching.